How's it going, guys? NeedlessSpace here, and welcome to the channel with quick guides to get straight to the point. Today we're going to be talking about Outriders and the top 5 tips and tricks to help you thrive in the world of Enoch. Let's jump right into it. So starting off with tip number 1, know how your class heals. So each separate class in Outriders has a way that they replenish health, and if you aren't aware how to use this the right way, you will not survive in high level and endgame activities. So to quickly brush over each class, the Technomancer recovers a portion of all damage dealt. The Pyromancer is healed after marked enemies are killed, and it marks enemies with certain abilities. The Trickster is healed with each enemy killed at close range, and it also gains a portion of shield. And last but not least, the Devastator recovers a portion of health with each enemy slain that's too close. So keep in mind, if you want to play at the higher world tiers or the endgame content, you do have to remember how you heal. Next up with tip number 2 is to be aware of status effects. So this is an aspect of the game that isn't talked about too much in the tutorial, but there are 8 status effects total that can affect enemies in various ways. These are Ash, Bleed, Burn, Freeze, Slow, Toxic, Vulnerable, and Weakness. So you just want to be aware of which abilities you're using and which status effects they can apply to enemies. That way you can select mods and gear that benefit those status effects. Also, when you're taking a look at your skill tree and mapping out your build, a lot of these skills do benefit certain status effects, so take that into account as well. Tip number 3 on the list is to keep moving but still utilize cover. Now this one seems a little obvious, but you'll notice when you start to get to the higher world tiers that it's not as easy as just hiding behind cover and popping out and shooting enemies once in a while. You do have to stay on the move, thanks to grenades flying at you, snipers waiting for you to peek out of cover, and on a side note, it's very important to be aware of the durability of the cover you're hiding behind. So for instance, if you hide behind these weak wooden walls here, they can easily get destroyed, leaving you wide open. That being said, don't forget to keep an eye on your radar as well, as enemies can easily flank you without you paying attention. I know the developers like to use the phrase cover is for cowards, but trust me, you're going to want to utilize it in the higher tier activities. Alright, next up with tip number 4 on the list, utilize the interrupt mechanic. So before long, you're going to come across enemies that are altered just like you with special powerful abilities. Most of the time, these are mini bosses and bosses. So in the middle of the battle, you'll notice that a yellow bar will start filling up over their head when they're powering up a special ability, and this is when you want to utilize any of the abilities or weapons that can interrupt to hit the enemy, preventing them from using that ability. So certain abilities and weapons will be clearly marked that they can interrupt. Some of these abilities are insanely powerful, so you're going to want to utilize this to prevent that from happening. Last up with tip number 5 on the list is don't sell weapons and armor with mods that you can benefit from. So the more you play the game, you're going to come across powerful weapons and armor that have very unique mods that specifically are tailored to the build that you want. But the farther you get, you'll notice you'll outlevel these weapons, rendering them almost useless. You can level them up, but it does cost quite a bit of resources. But do not sell these weapons. If you dismantle these weapons, the mod that they had on them will unlock in your crafting menu, allowing you to put that mod on a new weapon. So be on the lookout for mods that benefit your build, or even better, just any mods you don't have unlocked, dismantle the weapon to unlock them. Alright guys, I hope this list helped you out. If you want to see another one, let me know down below in the comments. And if you enjoy quick guides to get straight to the point, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel for more. I will catch you guys in the next one, and as always, good luck and have fun.